Hey guys, welcome back to the final PBO team builder that we will do for this season. Yes, it's that time to finally look at what we cooked up for the finals of the PBO, which we are in. We are playing against the Marble Falls Miniors. Miniors? You know, the rock flying type thing? Anyway, you get the idea. And yeah, as you can see, we have his team on the top right there. So let's just run through that, I guess. As you can see, I also have it on my snippet tool because snippet tool is the goat. Anyway, so his team, he's rocking Garchomp, Basque Legion Male, Sylveon, Cryogonal, Quillfish H, Hisuian, Copperaja, Arcanine Hisuian, Hisuian Lilligant, Jolteon, Indeedee Female, and Masquerain. So, he's had a tremendous season. He's done very well. I believe he's like 7-1 or something. Similar to ourselves. He's done very well. And as you can see, his team is really offensively amazing. It's very offensively inclined, right? He has Head Smash, Rockhead, Arcanine, Hisuian, crazy. Excuse me. He has Hustle, Lilligant as well, the Hisuian version, also crazy, like a lot of big damage, right? Garchomp always has been an offensive defense since his inception into the game, super crazy good mon, and yes, he does have Basque Legion, yes, Last Respects is enabled, and yes, adaptability Last Respects is a thing. His Basque Legion also can Terra into a Ghost or a Fighting type. I mostly prep for Ghost because I think Ghost, obviously with adaptability, is an extra, you know, is a 2.25 multiplier then with Terra plus adaptability, and then you have Last Respects. So back-to-back weeks we have to prep for Basque Legions, females in semis, and then male in finals. This is gonna be a fucking hard game, and I'm very concerned with how this game goes. Like we talked about, super offensive, crazy hard-hitting mons makes it really hard for us to play the style we've been playing the whole season, right? The whole season, basically, we have our two setup sweepers and or revenge killers and or wall breakers in Baxcalibur and Amorous. And, you know, they set up and win, or they come through to 40 to 60% of something's HP. With Hazard Stack, we can break through everyone's team, right? And then we have a very strong back support team, right? Very strong backbone, I guess is what I'm looking for, right? We have Quagsire, Unaware Mon, we have a Wish support, Baton Pass Mon, and Vaporeon. Very strong Mons, and then usually we have one support Mon, whether that's Overquill with like Spikes and Taunt, or, you know, Toadscruel with Hazards and Spore. You know what I mean? Like, we usually have a support Mon. We even use Hatterene as a support Mon, right? So usually, like, we're playing a very balanced, bulkier style, because we can Wish Pass, and we have Unaware Mons, and we have Magic Bounds, and we have a lot of utility kind of within our Mons. That, I tried to build like that for this game, because obviously that's what our team is very good at, and it was hard. I did run some mocks with Lilhillplays, so shout out to him. Go check out his YouTube. Our semis opponent, he was a real homie and helped me out with some mocks, and we kind of came to the conclusion that, like, while it is possible, I still have to play, like, I still have to play aggressive with my Mons, right? So as you can see, let's just talk about some offensive threats on his team, right? We talked about Arcanine, we talked about Lilligant, obviously Basque Legion, so that's 3. Garchomp potentially, if it's SD, should be 4. Then we go into things like Cryogonal, which doesn't sound like a big deal because Cryogonal is kind of a underused Mon, and, you know, but basically all you guys need to know is it gets Spin, which is good, you know, has Levitate, so in general it can switch in on Quag somewhat safely. Spin, Levitate, Ice Stab is just always good offensively. It gets Flash Cannon, which was interesting because it means that it can hit like Terra backs. As you can see here, we're putting Terra Fairy, relatively acceptable. And the most important thing is that it's Freeze Dry. And apparently my team just can't switch into Freeze Dry. We have obviously Toadscruel 4 times weak to ice, not a big deal. Then we have Quagsire, that's 4 times weak to fucking freeze dry, so 2 4 times weak mon to freeze dry, and then we have Juvia, our Vaporeon, who's technically weak to it. Right, Baxify Terra, Dragon's weak to it, and Amorous as well, being flying type. So you get the idea, like, it's not fun to switch into freeze dry. So offensively, that mon is also a fucking terrorist. That mon is good, and Copperajah has insane move coverage, right? It gets obviously Steel Stab, and then it gets Earthquake, and it gets Power Whip. Like, it has some high base power moves as well. Like, it's scary, dog. It's fucking scary out here. Not to mention, Sylveon, his Wish Passer, just has Pixelate, so, you know, has a 1.3? I think it's 1.3 stab, right, on fucking Hyper Voice. So just base numbers makes that mon very strong. It's hard to switch in, and how do I describe this? I found it was easy. Okay, we have Arcanine for, like, sorry, we have Quagsire for Arcanine, and we have Overquill for, like, to check Hisuian Lilligant and stuff like this, and that was good. The problem is if things start taking damage, like any reasonable amount of damage, right? Let's say things are at 70%. We just lose. Like, we just lose to fucking Basculegion. Terra Ghost, fucking, if it's Choice Band, it's bad. I played against Clear Amulet as well, trying to evade the Intimidate from Overquill. So, like, if things take, you know, 70% HP on my team, I just lose to fucking Basculegion. Like, as you can tell, it's super hard. And so, I've kind of come to the conclusion that we cannot just be fucking play it slow, make mid-ground plays, because even when we play it slow and we have a bulkier team, I still have to, you know, predict his spin on Cryogonal, so I go for Toxic. Or, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to predict he's going to go for Rocks here, so I can kill it. Like, I still have to make the aggressive play. And so if I'm going to do that, then I might as well just commit to being an aggressive style in this battle and just, like, try to go for gold, right? Try to be the best we can be. Okay. Without further ado, let's get into the fucking team. It's been 7 minutes. I've took up a lot of time. Okay. So first things first. If we're going to play offense with this team, I was like, what is the best way to do it? Because we have a lot of good offensive pressure on his team. His team is not that tanky. Like, it's Sylveon, but Sylveon has to be physically defensive because of backs. So, other than that, we can kind of just punch through to his team with a lot of mons. So let's talk about that, and how can we maximize that value. So first things first is, what thresholds do we have to hit? What conditions do we need to actually enable a sweep, right? +1 backs counter sweeps the whole fucking game. It's hard. When I get the +1 with Muscle Band, if it's just max HP, no physical investment from Copperajah, it dies to EQ, everything dies to Glaze Rush, except for Sylveon. But Sylveon takes a lot from Iron Head. So if we can whittle that down, if that has to switch into an Amorous plus backs, for example, would be good. Or maybe we just DD twice in front of its face, then have a 93% chance to one-shot it. 93% chance. Bro, if I lose finals off a 7% chance, it's over. But also, those are good odds, right? So, +2, we kill it, and then we kind of win the game. He does have priority in stuff like adaptability, Aqua Jet from Basculegion, and Hisuian Arcanine does get access to extreme speed. So there is some priority to be aware of, depending on how much damage I take. But Bax is a fucking menace to this guy's team. Like, it really is good. I almost ran SD with Ice Shard, because that's also pretty good, but I was, I don't want to be revenge killed by, what is it called? What is that mon, dude? I'm looking at Cryogonal. I don't want to be revenge killed by that if I go SD, so I was just like, this is fine. So this is Deliora, this is our back scalar for this week. It's very simple. We're gonna come in, we're gonna set up, we're gonna get kills. We're gonna basically, if each one of my mons can go 1 for 2, or, you know, 1 for 3 or something, like, you know what I mean? Tear a hole through his team. We should have a way to deal with Basculegion, because a lot of our mons do outspeed it naturally. So that's the first thing to talk about. And next up, we're running an Amorous. And I wanted Scarf and Amorous. I thought Scarf and Amorous was very good. It helps us outspeed +1 Lilligant. It helps us revenge kill Basculegion. And the more I played it, and the more I was like, oh, this is a good idea, the more I thought I kind of struggled with it, because it's good, but it's like not perfect. Because, oh, we go for Moonblast, and then like Sylveon comes in, and then Sylveon protects, gets the lefty's turn, and then a Wish protects, and I'm kind of stuck in this like cycle. So instead, I was like, okay, we're playing offensive, we're gonna go a superpower contrary setup, an Amorous. Because the cool thing about an Amorous is, it has just enough coverage to do what I need to do this game. So superpower spam is also very good. His ghost type being Basculegion, I don't expect this coming in. If it does come in, then so be it. But other than that, it's kind of his prized possession on his team, right? So he's not going to bring that in. So we get superpower spam, which is really good, which boosts our attack and defense with contrary. Play rough is also very good. He does not have a great fairy switching, with the exception of like Caparaja, but obviously superpower will cook that, so that's easy. Then Iron Head again is for Sylveon. Plus a little bit of hacks, never hurt anybody. Never hurt nobody. We're running max speed here. Well, almost max speed. Basically max speed. It is a jump point. I wanted to obviously outspeed the Lilligant, the 339 speed tier. So it's a jump point, 341. Max attack. Put the rest in HP. We got an odd number, so if he does bring rocks or something, then we can like switch on 5 times. Bax is also very similar. Bax max attack. Just enough speed to outspeed Basculegion, and then rest into HP. So nothing spicy here. Then we have Lean. Lean is less offensive, as obviously you could tell, but I felt really compelled to win something that can actually switch into Arcanine. Because if this is Banded Arcanine, we're getting shamoned, baby. We're getting cooked, and it's hard. Head Smash is like 35% to Quagsire. 35%! Like, that's kind of crazy. So I was like, okay, I'll just win this. It's like not a big deal. This also would have been a fire game if he didn't have Cryogonal and Lilligant to bring Curse, but he does have those 2 mons, so he can't bring it. I did want to bring a ground type though, and I thought this was better than Toadstool, because obviously if he brings Jolteon, I want to be able to stop it from just spamming Volt Switch. So this week is just physically defensive Quag, Lean, tried and true, the best set he's run the whole season, a true homie, and obviously it's Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Yawn, and Recover. Earthquake is good, it just has everything neutrally except for Cryogonal and Masquerain, but I don't think Masquerain's coming. I don't think Webs is coming. Maybe it does and he fucking beats my face in, but I don't think it is coming. And yes, Cryogonal is here, but I think Earthquake flat is just good coverage with the exception of that. I think Body Press could have been viable too, but I want to do my best to not have a Mon that lets like Basculegion maybe set up with an agility, or maybe Lilligant, you know, being able to victory dance on me. So I wanted a Mon to not just lose to that. I don't want a Mon that's a liability, and so that's why we're running Yawn this week, because if he does go into Lilligant, there's a good chance he just victory dances in my face, because my team is really weak to Lilligant. Then I'll Yawn. Fantastic. Then, I don't know what I'm going to do from there, but then we have some kind of pressure. It's the same idea with Cryogonal. If I get Rocks up, and then Cryogonal comes in on an Earthquake turn, I can just Yawn Cryogonal, because he's going to want to spin, right? And then so I think Yawn is just something that generates pressure, and that is nice. We have Rocky Helmet, so we can get a little bit of chip on every Arcanine move, because he doesn't take recoil with Rockhead. As well as, it's going to help us get a little bit of chip on Quillfish every time, you know, maybe it clicks Crunch or clicks Poison Jab. Probably Barrage, because it wants to poison me, but you get the idea. It's just a little bit of chip, right? I don't think it's bad. Which is fine. Not a big deal. In Tyrande, our backbone, we do have Juvia. She's here. She's coming this week. Again, I know I said we're being very offensive, and then we ran into this. We have obviously a physically defensive Vaporeon, but we are running max HP, a physical defense like we said, and then also a sassy nature. Sassy, okay, I need to stop. Obviously plus Speed F nature with minus speed and no speed IVs. Those speed IVs and minus speed nature is because of fucking Sylveon. Sylveon apparently is base 60 speed. I thought it was the same as Vaporeon. Actually, I thought it was faster. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought it was a little faster. But it's not. It's actually not fast at all. So it's actually slower at base 60. If we get into like a cringe fucking baton pass war, I want to be able to be slower so we can get in and do stuff, right? Have initiative. So that's why it's like that. Obviously, we have nothing that we're trying to outspeed, so that's fine. The sassy nature here does let us lets us take 2 freeze drives from max special attack Cryogonal. No boosting item though. It was boots. I was cooked boots. If it's boosting item, then we'll go from there. But that is the thing for Juvia. Basically, physically defensive. She's gonna take as many hits as possible, right? Whether it's from Garchomp or even like a Quillfish or something. And then yeah, we're just gonna try to baton pass Wish into Fins. I also think Water Absorb is very powerful here. Like, that's another reason why she's here, is because I really don't want to get in a situation where Basculegion, let's say it's banded, and it just like, you know what I mean? That's my Aqua Jet sound effect. It just bans Aqua Jet, sweeps us. That's really bad. Same with the Wave Crash. The difference between this Basculegion and the other Basculegion we prepped for last week or last battle was because it could potentially be special, and with special it can click moves with less punish, because obviously it's not taking recoil like compared to Wave Crash. So I do want a water immunity. That's fine. Damage is damage kind of thing. This also helps us soft check things like Indeedee and stuff if he brings it. We gotta be aware for like trick and like choice items and whatnot, but we got protect for that, so we should be okay. But this is mostly my go like switch on it, put it against Sylveon, put it against Cryogonal, kind of like Wish and try to do something. If we get crit or froze or something from Cryogonal, then GG, go next, I guess. But yeah, this is not a Juvia get on the battlefield, carry the game. That is not what it is. This is she's here because she's good, and it makes him have second thoughts about just clicking a water move, or sending a mon that is just completely useless. Sending in a mon that is completely useless or completely utility. Okay. Then finally, not finally, I guess we have 2 more mons, but then we have No Pudding. He is here, baby. Okay, we are running offensive Quillfish. I'm so sorry to disrespect you. He has Quillfish. History Quillfish. He has baby bro. We have big bro. Okay. This week we are running offensive Overquill with Black Glasses, Swift Swim, Crunch, Gunk Shot, Aqua Tail, and Rain Dance. 56 HP, max attack, 200 speed EVs with a Jolly Nature. So this speed lets us outspeed Basculegion by 1 point, so that feels fantastic. Max attack feels good, and the rest in the HP because HP is HP. So let's talk about Overquill. Overquill does a lot of stuff. Mostly, it always revenge kills Basculegion, always, unless if it's like Scarf or something like this. But that's for us to figure out. That's for us to fuck around and find out about. So, but in general, we're not putting Intimidate, because if he's Clear Amulet, it will have an effect anyway. And offensively, this thing runs a train on his team. It fucks things up. Obviously, Crunch, Black Glasses and stuff helps us kill Basculegion 100% of the time. Gunk Shot kills Sylveon. Gunk Shot kills Cryogonal. Aqua Tail obviously kills Arcanine Hisuian. You get the idea. These 3 moves, impeccable coverage. Impeccable coverage. Very good. And then obviously we're running Swift Swim with Rain Dance. So this is just a boosting way. This is just a, oh, I'm going to force a switch on Sylveon. Let me get to +2 speed. So I'm faster than Scarf, Basculegion. I'll be faster than the Lilligant that maybe wants to come in on a play. I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. You get the idea? Like, it comes in and does something. It's just +2 speed. It's kind of like a late game sweeper kind of thing, which is very strong. because between oh, I dropped my phone. Well, we'll figure that. Well, don't worry about that. So I dropped my phone. Feels bad. Yeah. Basically, I feel like we will have a lot of pressure with Overcoil. It does a lot of damage to things. Base 115 attack, boosting item. He has no great dark resist that wants to come in except for Hisuian Quillfish, but any damage on Hisuian Quillfish is really good for us, because what happens is then that mon becomes a lot harder to switch in on. Like, it's harder for that one to switch in on something like an Amorous, right? Because we have Contrary comes in, intimidates us, we get +1, superpower, now I'm at +2, and so it gets harder to maneuver like that. Same with Bags. If I DD twice and I'm at +1, comes in EQs, like, oh, even Glaive would be good too. Like, it's hard for it to switch into. So weakening Quillfish is good. This one also can kind of just sit on Quillfish. Like, there's nothing that this thing can do that can really hurt me, with the exception of Haze. Oh, sorry, not Haze. With the exception of, like, I guess Reversal and stuff. But basically the idea is with Rain Dance and Aqua Tail, obviously I get the plus 1.5 times multiplier from the Rain on my Aqua Tail. You know, I can be if it's not physically defensive, if it's just like max HP, maybe Spadef or something, I don't really know what the fuck it's going to be this game, but you know, I can do 25-30% to it. It can't do anything back. I don't think it's going to be running Aqua Tail of its own. Even if it did, it's not a fully evolved mon, so it's a little different, right? So kind of helps us chip down Hisuian Quillfish, lets us obviously kill Hisuian Arcanine very effectively. So yeah, this mon is like a pretty good late game sweeper. It's also just a very good wall breaker in general. Its speed tier is like pretty okay here. Usually it lives any one hit to get Rain Dance up if I don't get it on the switch, because it has, like, you know, base 85 HP is not bad, and it has base 95 defense, so that's not bad either. I was thinking about running SD, but I didn't run SD. I don't think SD is like that good. I think it was hard to get Rain Dance turn and SD turn. If I had something to set up Rain Dance for me, then I think I would have probably ran SD, but that's okay. But yeah, this is no pudding for this week. He's here, offensive, self-sufficient Rain Dancer. Should be fun. Okay. And finally, we have a mon that was very unexpected. And I would have never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be using this fucking mon in the finals. Like, my life depended on it, because it kind of does. We have the week 1 GOAT herself. Hatterene is back, baby. Okay, so as you can see, we're not running EVL Light either. So basically, we're running physically defensive. Not a big deal. That's not a big deal. What you guys really need to know is Light Clay, Reflect, Light Screen, Psyshock, and Healing Wish. Okay. I know I went on this giant spiel about being offensive, and this is how we're going to facilitate our offensive team. We're gonna set screens up, and then we're gonna dip. We're gonna set screens up, 8 turns, baby. 7 or 8 turns, easy breezy. Healing Wish out, go into a mon. DD, superpower, Rain Dance up. Like, just try to fucking break them. Just try to go 1 for 2. Go, you know, 1 for 2.5. You know, like, do as much damage as fucking possible. Because his defensive capabilities are weak, like we said. We are running max HP, max defense with Bold Nature. This literally is strictly for the Garchomp, because what happens is, in a lot of his games, he leads Garchomp, obviously. Garchomp has spikes and fucking stealth rocks, and Tank Chomp is just kind of the GOAT, right? So, and so, I was like, okay, if I run max physically defensive, even if he's max attack Garchomp, which I don't know if he'll prevent against me, maybe he will, but I kind of don't think he will, it does like 52 max, which is a lot of damage, because I don't have EVL Light. And then I put up a Reflect. Then it's 23. And these are max rolls. So there's very real situations where I can like Reflect, Light Screen, and then I'm like 2% Healing Wish. They didn't make a change to Healing Wish. In what generation? Is it 8 or 9? Basically, Healing Wish can get stored. So the idea is let's say turn 1 he leads Garchomp, I lead this, right? He can't set up hazards, fantastic. Earthquake does some damage, okay. And if he Dragon Tails me, assuming it's Dragon Tail, it's negative priority, so we'll go first. I think he'll probably run like Stone Edge or Poison Jab or Iron Head or something for my Enamorus, because obviously Enamorus naturally, typing wise, counters Garchomp. But anyway, the point is that he goes into this thing, goes into his Garchomp, we get up our stuff, and then we Healing Wish. So Healing Wish now exists, but it's stored in the sky, okay? In the sky. Later in the game, if something comes, if a Pokemon comes in, not that it takes damage during the battle, if it comes in, so like let's say I have to +1 or +2 with backs really early with Terra, you know, I killed 2 Mons, he's at, you know, I don't know, 20%, 15%, right? I take backs out, whatever. Next time backs comes in, for example, just because he's the only one with damage, comes in 15%, he will be healed to full. Obviously, also expunges any status, cleans any status, all before hazards, if hazards are up, and then he takes hazard damage. So the idea is, Hatterene is kind of a useless mon. It does nothing. All it does is set up screens, which then enables our offensive mons to take a lot more hits to break his defensive walls, which is like super important. And then we just Healing Wish. Maybe we come back at a later turn, boom, heal to full HP, shebang, easy breezy, okay? So this is our Healing Wish here, and we also have a second Healing Wish on Enamorus, like we talked about. Actually, maybe I didn't talk about it. Anyway, you get the idea. It's the same idea. If Enamorus, you know, superpower, let's say he's at +3 or something, you go in sicko crazy mode, kill 2 Mons, and then, I don't know, maybe he goes into like Quillfish, right? Quillfish lives 1 because the Eviolite, maybe, I don't fucking, whatever it is, right? Okay, cool. I'll Healing Wish. Boom, Healing Wish. And then let's say, like, okay, we bring back something like Backs, or bring something back like Overquill. Like, you get the idea. This is how this works. Like, Healing Wish is just a last-minute panic button. Oh fuck, let's change the tide of the battle, right? Not to mention, fucking Enamorus is useless and has no other moves. So I guess I could Rain Dance on this just for the quick switch up, but all in all, it's okay, right? So we have double Healing Wish plus a Wish Passer for the idea of like, we're gonna break, and if we ever get a chance to heal up, we're gonna go again to refuel and go again. So the idea is we're not gonna sit here and Wish Protect and make the game long. We're going to go fast, make an aggressive play, be able to Healing Wish back something back to full, or aggressive play on the Wish and then Baton Pass and go again. So Juvie is kind of just a Wish bot. It's not going to be protecting. I don't think it's going to be Wish protecting itself a lot. And Hatterene is the same idea. Hatterene, what the fuck? Hatterene. Whatever. Hat is the same idea. It's going to get screens up, and it's going to Healing Wish and dip. Psyshock's obviously here just so just so we have something to hit stuff with. It also just hits Sylveon that much harder than Psychic, and I really care about damage on Sylveon, because Sylveon is kind of trying, physically defensive Sylveon does kind of wall Enamorus X backs by itself. So, but yeah, this I'm pretty psyched to play this, but I'm also kind of like insecure, you know, because I don't play a lot of offense. And when I do play offense, it's like really easy offense to play. It's like, oh, Prankster Grimmsnarl, Prankster Klefki. Like, I try to navigate as such. This is lead my Mon, sack my Mon, set up, how much damage can we do? But I think this is a best % chance to win. Because it is hard to switch into fucking Adaptability, Terra, Last Respects, plus Arcanine, plus Lilligant, plus even offensive Sylveon would be hard to switch into, right? So this is our best position to be in my opinion. This is what we're gonna rock into finals with. Thank you guys for all your support. It's been one hell of a season. And yeah, I think that's all. I'm just gonna look over his team one more time. Oh, actually, one small thing that I guess I'll say here, and hopefully I remember when I play. Technically, Arcanine, it doesn't have to be banded. which would be fine for me because it does less damage. It could be Power Herb, right? Power Herb Solar Beam obviously kills Quagsire. So when we play, I need to remember that, because if it's Power Herb and I lose this shit, then I just kind of lose. Because Quag does kind of like wall his whole team, with the exception of Cryogonal X Lilligant. So a lot of his physical attackers do get stunted by this, so that's good. Yeah, okay, and with that, we're done. We're done. So, thank you guys for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune into the battle to see how the finals of the PBO goes down. It's been one hell of a season, like I said. We've been pretty successful, which is awesome, because like I have not played Draft League in like 5 years. It's been a long time. I think it's like 2018, so yeah, 5 years. Very crazy, very good, and very fun for us to play. And I think right now we're holding a crazy record where we have like 5 or 6 6-0s. I think it's 5 6-0s, which is obviously a record. So in the league history. So subtle flex, I guess, but just doing the best we can. And I hope all this works out really well. I am kind of nervous, but as long as we play well and aggressive and confident, it should be good. All we have to do is win 2 games. 2 games. And then we're fucking PBO champions, baby. So yeah. And with that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to tune in. And yep, see you guys. Bye.